take a look at how the person on your mind is feeling about you and about your connection, what they're thinking about it, and we're going to look at what their next moves will be and when they're going to be taking those actions, whatever they may be. So I've got 4 different piles to choose from today. We've got group 1 over here, group 2, group 3, and group 4. So we're going to take a look at first the dynamic in your connection, like just between you and them, kind of what's going on, the overall energy. We're going to look at both people and kind of get like a breakdown of the connection. So if you want to skip that part, you can go right ahead and do that. I'll put a part 1 where we'll look at that, and then part 2 below it will be the timestamp where we will go straight into your person's feelings and intentions and next moves. So there's that. Also, there's a song that will be linked with each reading, so look for that too if you want to hear a song with maybe a little message in it from your person or about your connection, your situation. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much everything that I have to say. So if you need a little bit of time to look at these and choose your pile, go right ahead and pause the video and take all the time you need to select whichever one. And if you've got more than one person that you want to ask about, that's totally fine too. All of these are pretty much romantic connections pretty clearly, so I'd say this is definitely a love reading. But yeah, feel free to do whatever you feel like doing, and when you're ready for your reading, just look for your timestamp in the description box below, and I will see you there. Hey group 1. Okay, so if you chose the amethyst, she's so pretty. This is your reading, and first we're going to look at kind of like the dynamic, between you and this person in this connection, and just sort of what's going on. So we've got one person over here who is a very sweet person typically. Like, I feel like this person, they have a lot of love to give, a lot of love to offer. They're definitely an emotional person. Like, they're very in tune with their emotional body. They're not afraid to show their emotions, to talk about their emotions. Very heart-centered person. There's so much heart energy here. Like, this is someone who's very connected to their heart chakra. Again, just someone who, they express themselves freely, okay, when it comes to their emotions. But this person has been hurt in this connection, okay? They've been hurt pretty badly, and so now they're on the defense. So we've got it's too late and I can't forgive you here. This person, and we've got the deer and the panther, okay? And that's exactly what this is here. This person normally would be this, sweet, just very heart-centered, heart-connected, easygoing deer kind of spirit. Still, I guess deer are skittish too, but I don't think that this person was. I don't think that they were skittish in the beginning. I really don't. I'm not getting that. They are now, though. They're not just skittish. They're closed off. They're closed off to this connection. They're just on defense. But the feelings are still there. But this person doesn't want to admit that they're still there. Okay? So this could be you. It would make a lot of sense if it's you, if you're asking about someone who hurt you and you're like, no, I don't care, but like at the same time you're listening to a reading to see, you know what I mean, like what's going on. It doesn't really matter. We'll get over to this person too, and you can see which one resonates more for you. But this person over here, this first person, they're just on edge. They're on edge. They are, again, just really closed off to this person and to this connection. They're kind of like, washing their hands of this person and of this relationship. But again, the feelings are still there. The feelings are there. They still have a spot for this person in their heart, but they're really, again, just on edge. I don't know how else to put it. They're just really driven by fear right now and protection. Their one goal right now is to protect themselves. Okay. So over here, this other person, this person's feeling a little bad right now, okay? This person, it's honestly like really heavy. Like I feel like a lot of sadness. And so they do feel remorse for whatever they did to hurt this deer and panther person over here. They really do. They're struggling with a lot. They're struggling with a lot internally. I mean, they're being pushed to grow right now and break a lot of karmic patterns and behaviors that are just not good. And I think that's obviously they brought these patterns and unhealthy behaviors into this connection in one way or another and hurt this other person. Again, they feel bad for it. They feel guilty. They, they hate what's happened here, but there is still resistance to this growth and to the breaking of these patterns. There's just resistance there. But if they would just let go and if they would just submit to this growth process, and really just give in and let go of all of this control and see where this journey takes them spiritually, I mean, they would just become a different person, and they're being called to, they're supposed to. But again, there's so much resistance around it, and they have free will, and so, I don't know what's going to happen for this person. I'm just looking at what's happening right now, and they do feel bad. They're acknowledging that they've done something wrong, and they know that it's because of behaviors and patterns that they have picked up and brought with them, into adulthood, that they need to change. They need to release and let go of. They need to do a lot of healing, and they know that, but they're not doing it. At least I don't see that they're doing it here. Their messages here are, I was scared and I remember. So again, it's like they are like acknowledging that they've done something wrong here, and I think that probably emotions were running really high either the last time these two people spoke or maybe just more than once in this connection. There's definitely a lot of communication issues here, and I think that this person, the reason they're saying I was scared but I remember, right? So I don't know if they just really lost their cool and acted a little crazy towards this person. I don't know what they did, but they are blaming it on their own fear. And so they probably have, a hard time opening up and getting close to people, and being close to this Deer Panther person brought out all of these unhealthy behaviors and these patterns that they brought with them, that they need to release, they need to heal, they need to move on from. But if they're not doing that inner work and that healing, then that's what we do, right? We bring our childhood shit. We bring like all of our issues that we've collected throughout our lifetime. If we don't deal with them, they come out in our romantic relationships, because they come out in those connections where we're most intimate with people. So the connection as a whole, we've got I don't know maybe. And again, so this person over here, the I don't know maybe is they don't know if they're going to grow or not. They don't know. They haven't made up their mind. They know they're taking, again, a little bit of accountability here. They're saying, I remember what happened. I know what happened. They feel bad for what happened. They know they need to grow. They need to heal. But they don't know if they don't know if they want to do it. They don't know if they're ready to put the work in and the elbow grease, and it's scary. It's scary, and I'm sure they don't want to look at a lot of the things that they'd have to look at in order to do this healing. Like, where did they get these patterns? Where did they learn this behavior? That's going to be some deep, dark, heavy stuff that they're going to have to deal with, and they just don't know if they want to do that yet. They don't know. This person, the I don't know maybe, is, again, we have over here, it's too late, I can't forgive you, but there's still love there. There's still love there. There's still a spot for this person over here in their heart. And that's what the I don't know maybe is. It's like, well, secretly though, maybe there's still a sliver of a chance. Secretly. They're not wanting to let anyone else know. But they're definitely going back and forth internally on, I don't know, is it over? Is it actually really over? They're kind of like waiting to see. They don't want this person over here. This is the butterfly snake person. I don't know if I mentioned that. And both are in reverse. Again, these cards are very much about up-leveling, transforming, shedding your old skin and growing. And definitely I always get karma with these circular, like the snake, Anyway, this Deer Panther person, though, they're keeping an eye. They're keeping an eye on this butterfly snake person. And I don't know if the butterfly snake person even knows that. I think that actually they might be a little surprised, because they know that this person has washed their hands clean of them. They know they're pissed off. They know that they're done. They know that they're on defense, So I don't even think that they would expect the Deer Panther person to be looking their way at all. But again, they are. And that's why I wonder if that's you here in this connection. come into this reading. So back to the reading, or the connection as a whole, though. The I don't know, maybe here. We've got the hummingbird in reverse and the elephant in reverse. So again, just like major communication issues here. Like, I feel like things got explosive here. You know, things weren't dealt with. You probably had defense mechanisms that weren't healthy. Not you specifically, but both people here. Just communication skills weren't right here. Tactics were used, you know, manipulative kind of tactics, or again, just defensiveness, or just being demeaning to the other person. You know what I mean? Like when things get heated, or when you get into a disagreement, like completely turning on your partner instead of staying connected and staying close through those disagreements, through those arguments. It's like all of a sudden you become, you know, completely opposite field, opposite teams, and like competing against each other. A lot of competition here instead of collaborating and compromising. There was not really any compromise here. Yeah, I feel like a lot of hurtful things were said in this connection. Yeah, for sure. But on the flip side, when things were in balance, there was such a deep flow of love here, and of friendship. Honestly, I feel like there was a lot of fun here. And those memories are still here. The memories are here for both people. With the elephant, you know, elephants don't forget, and elephants are very family oriented, and like, I think that you just had that sense of, this is home, this is my family. You know, it was very comfortable, very very easy. You might have gotten close quickly, even for some of you. You know, it was just like, it's just like a shoe that fits perfectly. I don't know. That's kind of a weird way to put that. But so it's like there was beauty here in this connection when things were in balance, but things got off balance so quickly. And when they did, things escalated so quickly and just got out of hand. And then, you know, you say things that you can't take back. And it was the demise of this connection. And again, I'm not like, both people communicated in ways that weren't healthy, but this snake butterfly person over here, I don't know like what they did, but there was something that both of these people feel that they crossed the line over here. This person over here, they crossed the line in one way or another. And it caused the ending. It was the ending to this connection. So let's go ahead and move on now into how they're feeling about you currently, what they would say to you right now. You know, again, just take whichever person you resonated most with, and yeah, let's go on into the second part of the reading. Okay, so wow, this person, it definitely seems like, you know, you aren't in contact and probably haven't been for a little bit. It's just what it seems like from just with what's coming out here. This person's very stuck in their head about you, about this connection. I mean, I feel like they're thinking about it all the time, especially like at nighttime. I just feel like they're restless and just like, you know, total insomnia right now. They are just like ruminating. They are thinking about hypotheticals. They're just kind of like really obsessing over this right now. They just don't know what to do. They don't know what to do at this point with where things are. They remember all of the wonderful aspects of your connection, and that's what is just like trapping them in this mental chamber where they just, I don't know. It's just like they're only remembering the good things right now, you know? It's like they know that you guys had your disagreements, your arguments, whatever, and all of the unhealthy aspects of this connection, or whatever, you know, whatever caused it to fail, and their wrongdoings and yours, whatever. They know that those are there, but that is not what they're focused on. Like, they just can't quit replaying the good memories, the laughter, just all of the fun that you had together. If this was a sexual thing, you know, and you had a sexual relationship with them, they think about that a lot too. And if they have tried to move on in any way, like talk to other people, hang out with other people, sex stuff with other people, they're really not feeling satisfied at all, and it's actually making it harder for them to move on. It's making it worse. because anytime that they put themselves out there and try to get close to anyone else, even just on a surface level, like even just literally going on a date or like texting someone, they feel so unfulfilled because it is so unlike your connection with them, which was filled with, again, just so much love, so much just like hominess. Like, this is my family, this is my soul tribe, this is my people, and we just click. They just aren't clicking with people. They just aren't clicking with anyone else, and they just miss your connection. Like, they're just missing you heavily. They are, they're just thinking about coming forward. They want to reconcile. They want to make up. That's it, straight up. We've got reunion. We've got one more time. They want to be with you. We've got mourning here too. I think that they consider you to be like the sun in their life, in their sky, and it's like that song, Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone. Like, that's kind of how they're feeling right now. Like, they're just missing you so deeply on such a deep level. They're just not getting any rest over it, With the Dom sub here too, like, definitely, like I said, if you guys did have a sexual thing, like, they're not clicking with anyone else the way that they clicked with you. Whatever you had with them, it was just so natural. Everything about your connection, not just in a sexual sense, but it was all very natural. And aside from taking this in a sexual way, it's like, I think that they're recognizing where they were controlling. Again, they see the things that they did that were wrong in this connection, and they do feel bad about it, but they don't feel like they are ready to change. They don't know if they can. They don't know if they're just ready for that yet. With empath here, though, I feel like they probably did struggle, again, to compromise with you, to put themselves in your position ever in any type of disagreement or after disagreement. If you did try to, further things in this connection and grow and heal with this person, or, work on your communication, and this person just was kind of like a dead weight, it's like they just weren't trying, or it felt like they were not as invested in growing and in changing these unhealthy behaviors. They're feeling a lot differently about it now. It's like they're feeling what you felt. They feel like, oh my God, like what was I thinking? Why couldn't I have just tried harder? Why couldn't I have done that for them? Because now they're gone. Now they're gone forever. And like, I just wish I had tried harder, Like, there's just so much regret here. Just heavy, heavy regret. Like, honestly, I feel for the person. I'm sorry if they treated you horribly. Obviously, they don't really deserve my pity then, but it's just like, it is really sad. A lot of sadness coming through here. So with their messages over here too, we've got, I can't love you, but I want you to love me. Exactly. Like, they don't know if they're ready to heal and get to your level, but they still want you. They're missing you in their life, and they want it. They want it back. But next to it over here, we've got come correct or not at all. They know that you're done. They know that you're like, no way, not happening. You're not coming back in my life with that energy. It's not happening. They know that. They're very aware of that. They know that they're shut out of your life unless they, again, come correct, unless they do their healing, do their growth. We've also got, I still think about you. You are absolutely perfect. And we've got, it takes two to tango. Again, they know that. They know that they have a lot of work to do. And I don't know if they're going to do it or not. So let's take a look at now. Let's get some actual tarot out, and let's look at, where things are going. What is this person planning on doing? Basically, are they gonna heal? Are they gonna grow? Are they gonna change anything? Are they gonna reach out to you? If so, when? Like, let's get into some more details. Okay, so actually, it really looks like this person is about to start focusing on themselves and their healing, and they're not giving up on this connection. They are planning on coming back. They're planning on returning once they have something to show you. They're definitely going into growth mode here, and I don't know who's helping them, but we have a Queen of Swords showing up here, and that's who's going to be helping them through this, is kind of how I took that. So that could be a therapist, it could be a parent, it could be any kind of mentor, it could literally be, an author that they're reading their books, or they're, someone they're watching online, or someone's guiding them through this. They're teaching them things, and this person is focusing on some childhood wounds for sure. It looks like they have some sort of abandonment wounds over here with some of these key words that we got. They're realizing that the family that they had, as a child, there were things wrong with that picture that they never acknowledged before or dealt with. And so they're kind of coming to like some acceptance over that and trying to learn, okay, well, if that was not correct, if that was not right or healthy, then like what is, again, they're learning these things. They're, with the tower being in reverse like that again, though, it still makes me think that there's still some resistance though. But whoever this Queen of Swords is, that's why they have this person. I don't know who this is, but someone's going to be helping guide them through this basically. If they're religious, it could be like a religious teacher, or any like spiritual teacher. If they are religious and they believe in like baptism and stuff, they might be like getting rebaptized. Random message for some of y'all, but we got cold water over here, so but they're definitely working on breaking these cycles. They actually are. It looks like they actually are. If they're creative, they might be spending some time on that too. I don't know why that's coming up here, but it is finding like a creative outlet basically and making that part of their healing process. They are coming back. They're not giving up on this connection. They're working up the courage though. Again, they want something to show you. They feel like they have to get healthy first, and that could mean a lot of different things. I'm getting, mental health mostly more than anything. It's a lot of mental and emotional health for this person. But some of them though, they might be, financially not super stable either, or they just might not take care of themselves physically, but that's all about to change. Like they're really about to focus on themselves, and they're not so much worried about showing out for you, or again, they're not going to reach out until they have something to show you. Like they're wanting to become someone who's going to turn your head, someone who has a lot to offer you. They're working on becoming that person, and that's what they're doing right now. They're building this new version of themselves. They are reimagining themselves and your connection and a life with you, your life together. I don't know why Roman decided to get up here. He's never done this. This is the first time he's ever done this. So, okay, cool. What's up, Roman? But yeah, they definitely don't want to be single. They don't want to, I'm getting distracted now. Not they don't want to be single. They don't want to be dating other people. I don't see them interested in that. I don't see them, they're literally just focused on themselves, their growth, and their healing. Our messages over here, we've got please don't give up, and I know what you did. And I think that means like they're realizing how hard you worked to be with this person, whatever you did for them, things that you did for them, the love you gave them. I feel like for some reason I just get that you were an inspiration to this person. You like inspired them or motivated them to grow. I feel like you wanted to heal and change and grow with this person, and they just weren't ready for that. And you went on and continued to do that on your own, and like they've watched you do this, and they want to do that as well. They just haven't been prepared, haven't been ready to do that. They haven't thought that it's the right time for them, or that they, maybe even could do it. There might just be like a fear of failure here with this person too. But they're working through a lot, and so it might take them a little while. Again, they're not going to come forward until they feel ready, until they feel really stable and really confident. And right now they don't. Right now they're feeling pretty insecure, pretty down on themselves. But their eyes are still on this connection in the meantime. So their focus is on themselves and their health and their healing, but they're still thinking about this connection. It's in their mind nonstop. They're just working on up-leveling and having something to offer you. So I want to get some cards now and see like if we can get a win. Okay, so when are you gonna hear from this person? Since this is it depends on when they do this inner work, it's gonna be different. depending on the person, since this is a general reading, so it's like you guys are, whoever's tuning into this video, you know, you're at different stages in your connection, and this person that you're asking about is in different you know, stage of their healing process. So it's going to be about when they work through this karmic stuff, because we got karma twice. We got work, karma, and karmic ties. So okay, hello, hi. We've also got anxious attachment here too that decided to pop out. So again, I feel like, yeah, your person probably had a lot of control issues, and they're kind of learning about that now. They may be learning about their attachment style. That may be something that they're learning about. But yeah, they're learning about things about themselves and their past, and working through a lot of stuff. And it's just going to be, you know, different times for different people. But what we do have here, we've got a lot of like sentimental energy, and so for some of you, I think that it might be, they might reach out on like a date that is like special to you guys, whether that's like your anniversary, a birthday, you know what I mean? Some sort of day, some sort of date that would be special to you for some reason. Yeah, because we got that popping up here kind of like more than once. I also got like a year more than once. We've got Ace of Pentacles here, which I thought, you know, like 1 year. We've also got one more time over here. So what I think that is for the majority, I think for a lot of these people, it will take about a year to do this healing and all this work that they're doing. So, well, it's just coming around to being open to doing it in the first place. So it's just like, it's going to depend on, again, how long has it been since you've talked to this person? You know what I mean? Has it already been 8 months? Well, then it may not be a whole lot longer. If it's only been, you know, 1 month, then yeah, it's probably going to be a while. It probably will be like 11 more months. You know what I mean? So I'm getting that year mark. So I feel like, again, it's going to be kind of like a year from the last time you spoke to them, probably. I'm also seeing summertime here popping up. And then we did get a card that says next week. So again, it's just like weird that I would see 1 year and then also get next week. And I think that's because some of you are, it may be already like a year since you've spoken to this person. Maybe next week is like an anniversary or something that you would have had with this person, or their birthday, your birthday, something like that, you know. We've also got the number 7 here, so if that means anything, it could be the 7th month, which again would fall in the summer. Yeah, July, so could be something happening in July. With third party here, they may like talk to you again for the first time through a third party, or it may be at like, especially with all this sentimental energy in here too, it may be like an event where, I don't know, if you had mutual friends or something, or a family event, function, or something like that. Just the word party especially is standing out anyway, so definitely getting stuff like that. Like, yeah, weird, like family reunion stuff almost, and I don't know why that would be, but they're definitely determined on fixing things. They are coming back. They're going to reach out. They want this happy ending here. Yeah, with 10 of Swords in reverse over here, like they're not ready to close, like they're not ready to let this go. It's not closed out to them. It's not finished. I do think that they already are trying to contact you in their dreams. Yeah, I don't know. I see that here. Even while they're not talking to you like in the physical and actually reaching out to you physically, I think they're trying to talk to you at night for sure. What else? I mean, I don't know. That's pretty much what I got, I think, on the timing. So again, I'm sorry that was sort of like all over the place, but I think what makes the most sense is to look at it again from like, when is the last time you talked to this person? When did this connection kind of like have its ending or whatever? I would say about a year after that would be a pretty safe bet for most of you. But again, some of you, it's already been several months or something, so it may not be that much longer. And yeah, summertime for sure popping up here. Okay, so I guess I'm going to leave that here. And thank you so much for watching. Let me know if it resonated, and please consider subscribing to my channel, giving it a thumbs up if you like the video. Thank you so much. Hey, group 2. Okay, so you got the rose quartz. This is your reading. And first, we're going to look at what's going on in this connection, who's who, okay, like what's the dynamic basically. So over here, we've got this person, the raccoon, okay? This person doesn't really show all of their cards. And so I wouldn't be surprised if you're this person over here since you're coming to this reading. But, take whatever resonates and just, whatever fits. But this raccoon person, I think they hide a lot of their emotions, and they're actually maybe a lot more lonely and even sad, I want to say, than people might realize. I think they might be more on the introverted side, where this person over here is maybe more extroverted. But they enjoy the energy that this other person brings, because we've got you make me laugh here and trust me, but we've also got next week, and I think that's because this person, they might have a tendency to make promises, or it's like they're not really where they want to be in life, I want to say, and they may tell themselves and other people, including this other person in this connection here, it's not going to be like this forever. I won't be like this forever. Like, I'm changing, or like all these things are going to happen. Like, they might talk a big game, and I don't know if many results have actually been seen yet. And that's not to say that they won't be. It's just right now in this connection, it seems like a lot of postponing, or just like kind of talking about the future, but not really showing a lot in the present. Definitely not opening up a lot. There's like a fear around being vulnerable over here with this raccoon person. They definitely give me more like avoidant attachment style kind of vibes. But then over here, with their second person here, the mouse lizard, this person, they're a relationship person for sure. And I'm not saying that the raccoon person isn't, but I think that they are very comfortable being on their own, being by themselves. They're probably used to it. Again, like, I get a lot more of avoidant here. I think that they really value their autonomy, and they're just comfortable in it. They're comfortable in it. They're not comfortable opening up and getting intimate. So back over here, though, with this mouse lizard person, they are comfortable being intimate. They're too comfortable being intimate. This person... they might get obsessed a little bit quickly in their relationships, over their relationship, like over their connections, like really obsess over it. Like, I feel like they're very worried about what this raccoon person is up to, what they're planning. I think the mouse lizard person is like ready for a higher level of commitment, or like they're ready for something, some type of offer or something from this raccoon person, and it's not come yet. It's not been coming in. And they're waiting for it. They're too scared to speak up about it. They don't want to like bring it up, because it's like they don't want to seem like too much, too extra, too crazy, whatever. They don't, but they're secretly waiting for like this offer, or waiting for this raccoon person to do something, to say something, to take this connection to like another level in one way or another. I think the mouse lizard person's a lot of fun. Again, they do bring a lot of joy and light and just laughter and fun into the raccoon person's life. Whereas, they might be a little more stoic, like a little more, it's not even like that they're cold and like they never have fun. It's just they're not as lively as this person over here. But the mouse lizard person's pretty like high anxiety too. Like, honestly, avoidant attachment over here, well, we've got anxious attachment over here, more so, I would say. Again, this person's like very worried about what the other person in the connection is doing, where it's going, where it's headed. Like, this mouse lizard person wants to know, like, what are we doing tomorrow? What's happening next week? What about a year from now? They really have a tendency of to kind of throw their own selves under the bus. They kind of mess things up for themselves. Like, they make things harder on themselves than they have to, because they make themselves so anxious. They put themselves in this state because they're constantly obsessing over the future, and it's like not even here. But at the same time, it serves as enjoyment for them, as entertainment. Like, we have fantasy and escapism over here. We also have night. So I think especially at nighttime is when they obsess over this connection. Like, this mouse lizard person, they enjoy that. That is a form of escapism for them to go and sit alone. Again, it's probably especially at nighttime, like they might listen to a lot of these, like that's why I could totally see this being the person listening to the reading. I could see you being the mouse lizard person. And like no shade, like I get it. Like I'm a mouse lizard person myself. So but like it's a form of escapism for them, you know, this fantasy, this dreaming, this, but it does turn obsessive, and that's where it's unhealthy for them. Yeah, and we have to take accountability here, and I think that it's a lot about that, because this mouse lizard person isn't great with boundaries with themselves or with other people. Like they're probably very codependent. Again, very like anxious attachment, probably. Yeah, will you go with me? We have to like. They want someone. They need union. They need a relationship, or they don't need it, but they think they do, right? They tell themselves that they do. But now they're in deep with this raccoon person, and we've got, it wasn't like I thought it'd be. And I think it's because, like, again, they're wanting more than what they have right now. They're wanting more from this raccoon person. I think they're wanting emotions. They're wanting vulnerability. And this raccoon person just really doesn't feel comfortable doing it. They don't really even know how to go about doing that. But what we do have, let's get to the connection here as a whole. Oh my God, so much sexual energy here, okay? But for both of them, like, yeah. So if you don't, if this connection isn't involving sex, there's a lot of sexual tension, because, man, there's a lot of attraction here, a lot of passion, a lot of drive, which is also fun. It's not just sexual energy, it's just chemistry. So laughter, we've got let's go on an adventure. It was like a movie, like definitely, and I feel like that's this mouse lizard person for sure, bringing that energy over here. They're bringing all that. Oh, it's cinematic, it's a fantasy, it's a fairy tale. That's this person for sure. The raccoon person's kind of like, you're adorable. That's so cute. That you're adorable. Love it. You know, they don't know what the fuck's going on. They're just here for the ride. But we have one more time. I want you all of the time. Twin flame. Like there's just a lot of, you know, take the twin flame or leave it. It's not, I don't know. It came out. But what I'm getting from this is there's a lot of passion. Just a lot. Like I feel like if you do have sex, you have a lot of it. And you really enjoy it, and you probably have great sex together. And I feel like I don't know what's going on here intellectually, because I think I want to say that you guys have an intellectual connection too. We have the octopus here, but it's in reverse. But I think that's less about things being off mentally or intellectually, and more about a lack of boundaries. Because the octopus card can also talk a lot about that. So I think that's kind of why that's in reverse right there, is there's a lot of danger that comes with this connection. All this sexual passion, this chemistry, all these sparks. It's like things are really heated up right now, and especially if you are, you know, intimate, like sexually, I feel like things have just gotten really intense really quickly. And so for the mouse lizard person especially, it's like they're very attached now and they need more. And the raccoon person is like really enjoying the physical connection, but they just don't know if they're ready to open up on a deeper level. So there's just this imbalance here there. Like there's an imbalance there, because there's a lot of physical connection, a lot of passion, and you know, in that sense. But it's like, where are things headed? You know, where are things going? What's happening? What's really, you know, where's the emotional connection? When is that going to happen? Yeah, so I want to go ahead and see now, like, again, just take whatever resonates, whether you feel like you're more this person or that person, whatever. We're going to look now at how your person is really feeling, getting a deeper look at just how they're feeling right now about you and about the connection. Wow. Okay. So yeah, it definitely does seem like a lot of you are going to resonate with that mouse lizard person over here, and the person you're asking about is this raccoon person. That's what it seems like. So the person you're asking about, they're feeling cautious. They're feeling all the passion, all the attraction, all the chemistry, all the desire, the interest, the excitement. They're feeling all of that. But it's a lot of that. It's those lower, they're in those lower chakras right now. Like with just the connection in general, it's like they're really in the sexual, creative, exciting kind of energy. and they're kind of like circling around, making sure it's safe before they move up to those higher chakras, you know? Like they're focusing on those lower ones right now. They're feeling those energies and they're trying to make sure it's safe, make sure it's stable, make sure that it's okay for them to open up to you. They're just kind of watching you. And I think you might be surprised to hear that they're like watching you as much as they are, especially because I kind of am with that first initial reading with them looking all like over here in the dark. But then again, it's because they're in the dark and we don't know, what they're up to because they hide so much. They're hiding how they're actually feeling. But no, they're actually like really looking at you. Like they're really looking at you. So just as much as you're wanting to know what's going on and where things are going, they are too. They are too. Their eyes are really on this connection and on you. They're just scared, like straight up. They're just scared to open up. They're trying to make sure it's safe. They're just waiting for the right time. I think that they're waiting on you. It's funny because it's like it seems like you're waiting on them, but they're waiting on you. Nobody wants to be the first one to like speak up. Nobody wants to be the one that gets embarrassed or gets rejected. That's kind of what it seems like here. So this person, we do have, will you talk to me? So like, it's like, I think that they can tell that like you're holding back something. And it's because, I feel like you're probably wondering where things are going and what's going on with this person and why they're not being more vulnerable or more open with you. But I don't know if they realize just how like serious and stoic they come across. I don't know, because there is that fun sexual energy there. There is all that chemistry. And so I think that they think they can just like hide in that and it'll be fine. But you're much more connected to your emotions, it seems like. And so you can feel that this person just isn't budging there. You can feel that like there's just something that they've got like a guard, a gate around their heart, and you can feel that. But they're like, they don't know, they don't understand how or why you could sense that but I think that this person, they do have a lot to offer. They just have a lot of fear. We do have, I can't love you, but I want you to love me. I don't feel like that's true, but I do think that this person, that's a true fear of theirs. I think that they do worry that maybe they aren't enough for you or they can't offer you enough. Maybe they're not ready for something like this because it is hard for them to open up and be vulnerable. So I think they do wonder about that. They worry about that. We've got You Drive Me Crazy, not shocked there. We've got Let's Make Something Together. Again, I think that they are actually thinking about the future more than you would think, more than you'd expect. Because with Let's Make Something Together, it just took me to like, let's build together. Let's make, for some of you, a family, like, a home, a life. For some, maybe it's not, I don't know, there yet. It could just be literally like, let's take this to the next level. It's like they're thinking the same things you are. Also, I think that they do enjoy just having fun with you, and I think that they would go anywhere and do anything with you. I don't think you'd have to really twist their arm much. I think that they're pretty much always down for a trip, for an adventure with you, because you guys just really have this kind of like kiddish thing where it's just, I just feel like there's probably a lot of banter and just like a lot of, honestly, making out and just very youthful kind of energy, like a very revitalized kind of like, when you guys are away from each other for a little bit, they're probably like, man, I can't wait to see Pile 2 again. I can't wait to be back in their presence. And then you guys get together and it's just like, yep, that's what I was missing. That's what I needed. I think that you make them see themselves in a light that maybe they never have, to be honest. Over here, we also have Heart. Like they are feeling, I feel like I want to say they're feeling like these tingling sensations almost in their heart. It's like I imagine their heart has turned into an ice sculpture or something. And it's like you're slowly starting to thaw it out. Like their heart's slowly starting to thaw out. That's kind of what I feel. It's like they have some tingling and they're like, wait, what's going on here? What's going on? That's popped into my head just now. I think you guys are wild. I think that you crack them up. I think they find you wildly hilarious. Like, why did Crazy Frog just come into my mind? Um, but no, I think that they're feeling these like emotions, and they're like, what is this? Like for some of these people, I don't even know if they've felt anything this deep ever. It'll depend on kind of like where you are in your connection, but and then for others, it's just like they haven't felt this in a while, and they definitely weren't expecting to feel this. And with number 9 over here, I think they're definitely focused on the future. They're focused on goals more than you think. Like they are coming through as the hawk right now. Like that's how they're viewing you in the connection. Like they are watching, they're checking things out, they're planning ahead. They're trying to kind of come up with like a strategy, like where are things headed, you know? So, and I feel like that should be comforting for you because again, I think that this person kind of holds all their cards close to their chest, you know, and doesn't show much. So, hopefully that's a comfort for you to hear that. But yeah, with number 9, they definitely are focused on goals. I think that they're kind of like a goal oriented person anyway. Again, we got a lot of independence with that raccoon person, and that's kind of who it seems that they are. Yeah, definitely focused on their stability, on their independence, on just their success. I feel like this person's bound to be successful in anything they do, and they're kind of starting to include you in that. They're kind of trying to see like where does this connection fit into my life? Where does pile 2 fit into my life? Where do they fit into my heart? Like what? They almost like when they say it, they're like, am I even saying that? What is this? We also have bury and divorce over here close to each other. So for some of you, you know, that could be something from their childhood. Maybe their parents went through a divorce and that was really painful for them. And so, you know, they want to make sure that they don't end up in a situation like that. For others of you, they've been through a divorce. Like it's, you know what I mean? Maybe you have been through a divorce. And so take that as it resonates, like however that would affect this connection. But it seems like with Barry there, it's like as though they feel like there's something that needs to be almost like dug up and revisited and like accepted and released. And that could be holding this back. That could be contributing to all of this fear that they have, or just kind of like this resistance to opening up. But no, overall, I feel like your person, you know, they're definitely very interested in you. Their attention is absolutely on you and on this connection and on the future of this connection. So yeah, let's look at the future now. Let's see what their next moves are and what they're planning on doing. Wow. Okay. So this person, man, I mean, I could see why they looked like the little raccoon in the beginning, all dark and covered up. And goodness, this person has some dark, deep stuff I think that they haven't dealt with in a long time or maybe ever. And you coming into their life, you're kind of, I don't know, you're serving as a mirror or something to them in some way. You're shining a big bright light on all of these shadows that they have not wanted to look at. But I see them doing that. It looks like they are wanting to do that now, and it's just a lot. I mean, I feel like when they open up this can of worms, it's going to be a lot, you know. But they're very determined to succeed and to come out on top and to come out on the other side. But just know that this person, you know, they aren't perfect. They're not going to be perfect, and definitely not anytime soon are they going to be anywhere even close to that. I don't think that's kind of the way that they're looking at it. It's like there's a lot of potential here. There's a lot of potential that they see like within themselves, and definitely like financially, like they're very focused on being able to like provide for you in some way, or to just show you how like stable they are and how like you could depend on them. There's a lot of masculine energy coming through here. Like that seems like a more masculine kind of person, even if they don't like identify as like a heterosexual man. That's not what I mean. It's like a lot of leadership, which again, like we said, they were very independent, right? But I see them kind of coming to terms with a lot of things. Like, again, I keep coming to like back to this avoidant kind of attachment style thing. And I think that they're going to be like revisiting things from their childhood, like maybe their relationship with their mother for some of you, that may have, I don't know, that may have kind of contributed to their avoidant attachment style. yeah, I don't know. I just feel like they're going to be dealing with some stuff around that because they have like a lower self esteem in general. Like they just don't view themselves as highly as like they could or should or deserve to. And it's something to do with a female, well, not female, like a feminine energy in their life. But it's funny that I said female. It's like I want to say female. I keep thinking though, like mom or just a very maternal like presence in their life. A very just a mothering kind of energy, like a if not a mother, then some type of feminine caregiver or something. And if it's not a caregiver at all, then I would say like, ex-wife for some of them, maybe even, but something like that. Definitely coming through strong here. And that has a lot to do with the fear that they have around intimacy and vulnerability. But again, you have been a really good influence on this person. Like you've really encouraged them to do this, to go on this like shadow work journey, basically. I see them wanting to bring these walls down and wanting to remove that gate that's around their heart and kind of let you in. Yeah, I think that they're getting comfortable with the idea of being close to someone either for the first time or in a long time. And I really do think that for a lot of you, it's like it goes really deep for this person. Like straight up, I'm getting a lot of like mommy wounds, like a lot of issues that they may have had with their mom and maybe still do. And I don't know if that's something that they've talked to you about or not, because especially with the way that this person comes across, it's probably not something that they would just share with many people, or even something that they'd want to acknowledge themselves, like very often. But it's important that they do deal with that so that they can have, healthier romantic connections, you being one. I don't think that, again, it's like it's not going to be anytime like immediately or very soon that they're just going to be able to hop into this, wonderful, stable, solid, committed partnership, because I feel like they don't want to do that to you. I think they care too much for you. I think that they really want to protect you and even from themselves a little bit because they know that they're a little unstable, at least in that sense of being a partner, being able to show up for you and be the partner that they know that you deserve. They feel like they're just not ready to do that yet, and they would hate to like promise more than they could follow through with, that they could actually truly offer you at the end of the day. So they're working on doing that though. They're working on getting there. It's just they, can't really put a time limit on these things. And so they're just taking their time trying to find their direction pretty much. Yeah, it seems like kind of a prolonged tower moment for this person. Like, something that they've put off for a long time, maybe something that they've never even dealt with at all until you or until, I don't know, it's coming across as like this connection has really influenced them to do this. You've been like a teacher to them in a lot of ways, even if it was not intentional. It's just, again, you just being an influence on them and being a light in their life. And then we have over here, we are the same. Again, I feel like you've served as a mirror to them in a lot of ways. And you're showing them, because I think, you've probably been through your fair share of trials throughout your life also. And with you coming through as more comfortable with vulnerability and intimacy, you probably, have shared more with this person. And so they may know more about your background, your childhood, or your past relationships, just different things that you've been through emotionally. And like the fact that you've been able to survive, and not just survive, but to be as amazing as you are right now. It's like it gives them a lot of hope. It gives them a lot of, encouragement and motivation to do that for themselves. And yeah, over here we've got some other messages. We've got, I don't trust you, and it came out in reverse. And I think that's because they don't trust people. they don't. Like, they really struggle to let people in. Like, I feel like this person's been hurt really badly, but they're starting to trust you. I think that they are starting to trust you. They want to let you in. So they're trying to figure out how to do that. I think it's a little foreign to them at this point. We just fit, and for sure, like we got that sexually earlier, but I think just like even just probably sitting next to this person, hugging this person, snuggling with them, whatever you guys be doing, I don't know. Even if it's not in a physical sense, I think that they just see that, again, you are the same. Like, they see things in you. It's just like, it makes sense to them. I think that whenever they look at the possibility of a connection and a life with you, it's like, it just makes a lot of sense to them. And I think they're trying to work through their fears around it because they want that, I think that they really want that. They're focused on their stability, I think, like, in an emotional sense for sure, and working through some of these shadows, but also they just want to be able to, like, offer you a lot. And I think that comes from this, like, lower self-esteem or something that, again, is, like, tied to some feminine energy in their life. Anyway, whatever it was, wherever this comes from, wherever this stems from, they have, like, some insecurity around, like, I want to say their masculinity. I want to say, like, I feel like, again, there's so much masculine energy here, but, like, their ability to provide, their ability to protect and protect and serve, I want to say, but, like, they just want to show you that they can be everything you need, and to them, that includes money, that includes, their finances and their physical abundance, like their home and their assets, and so right now, I think they're also very focused on that. I think that they're really worried about working their way up at work, so that's going to be one of their next, like, actions. That's, like, something that they're intending to do right now is to really just build, like, a really stable, solid foundation for this connection, because I feel like they're, like, looking long term, like with that hawk that we saw a minute ago. And we got another bird here too, oddly enough. Like, they're the peacock now. They're wanting to be a peacock for you. They're wanting to show you their potential. They're hoping that you see all that they can offer you, and that you're just patient with them and you don't give up on them. Because, again, it will maybe take a little bit of time, but they are looking long term. They are looking ahead, and they are wanting to take steps and take actions to getting there. We've got it takes two to tango. Exactly. What is all this? It's like so many bird references coming through. Are they an air sign, or are they just, like, a very mental person? I could see that maybe, but and we've got, are you happy? Like, they just want to make sure at the end of the day too that you're happy and that they can make you happy. I think that, again, with, like, those, self-esteem issues coming through, it's like they wonder if they're enough for you. They worry about you not getting everything that you deserve, and they just want to make sure that if you're interested in them and you actually want something from them and with them, they really need to step it up, they feel like, and they need to be, like, this better, bigger, stronger, like, version of themselves. And that's kind of what they're trying to do, I think. And a lot of that, is literally just learning how to be vulnerable. And a lot of people look at that as, like, a weakness. And it's so opposite, opening up, being intimate, being vulnerable. It's the opposite of being weak and small. That is being the bigger, stronger person. That is, I mean, that takes a lot. That takes a lot of courage. So, Brene Brown, hi, hey, how you doing? Like, she's always popping up in my head. But yeah, let's look at a little bit of a timeline and see if we can get, I don't know, just a timeline on maybe, like, when you will see some changes. Or, I mean, you can kind of ask whatever you want. Maybe for some of you it will be when you will get communication from this person that you're wanting, especially if you're, like, on a break and not talking. For some of you, maybe, like, when you get an offer from this person. And then, yeah, for others, it may just be literally, like, when are you going to see the changes that you're looking for, I guess, in this connection. So let's look at some timeline stuff. Okay, wow. Where do I begin? Okay, so bottom line here. This is for everybody. This person there's something that they have to cut out of their life. I mean, there's heavy ending energy here, like ceasing to exist, done with that, shutting the door on that for good, locking it, throwing away the key. And it's going to be different for everyone. For some of you, it may just be them literally sewing up, something something that's not been resolved yet, like a past relationship, whether that's with a family member, another romantic connection. For some of you, it could be a friend group. It could be, friends that aren't good for them, that they know aren't good for them, people that are a bad influence on them. It could be an addiction. We do have alcohol popped up here. We've also got betrayal, broken heart. So it's like it could be different things for different people, but there is something here with this third. We got 3 of Cups in reverse. It's like there's a dependency here. And it showed up with the Death card, which in this deck is transformation because it's the Alice in Wonderland deck. Yeah, they're not going to be able to transform until they cut something off. So, and again, it's just going to vary, but it's something that's bad for them. They know it's bad for them. It's not a secret. It's like very obvious. They are aware of this. They know it's a problem. They know that it's keeping them from moving forward, from growing and transforming. They know that. So it's going to be a matter of just like them letting go of it. Especially if it's an addiction, which, even if it's a friend group or something, or like holding a grudge over something that happened in the past, it's like those things can be addictive too, so even if it's not like an actual substance, it doesn't really matter. It's like they're gonna have to get to a place to where they can actually let go of that and cut that off. There's a big attachment here, a cord attached to them, attached to something that's bad for them. I don't know. Yeah, what else do we have here though? We've got here again, we got another card that came out that said, I'm just like you. And over here we are the same. So it's like, wow, they keep like reiterating that. And so since this came out in the timeline cards now, we're asking about when, I take that as, I'm not going to say that this is like a twin flame for everyone. Like, don't even, like, it's not about the label. I just think that whatever you have going on with this person here, again, like we said, you are a mirror to them. You are an influence on them nonetheless. And when you focus on yourself and you're doing your own healing and growing, you're going to see those changes within this person also, because you've already had that effect on them. You've already influenced them to do this. But again, they have other bad influences around them, whether that's a person, a substance, or whatever. And they have to cut that off and get that away from them. It's like poison that's like sucking the potential out of them right now, they're going to have to get rid of that. It's like a leech that's stuck onto them. But, you can't do that for them. You can't save them. What you can do is encourage them and what do you say it? Like, how do you say it? Lead by example. That's the phrase I'm looking for. Lead by example, like literally that, because you already have been. And I think that as you're doing it, they're kind of watching you and just being inspired by you. And they don't want to get left behind by you. Not that you're growing and healing means you're leaving them behind, but it's like they see that if you continue to learn and heal and grow and better yourself, it's just kind of like common sense. Like they know that you're not going to sit around and wait on them to do the same forever. And you're definitely not going to be satisfied in a connection with someone who isn't wanting to do the same or isn't willing to do the same. It's like you either value that or you don't. And if that's a value of yours and you're living that and you're showing that through everything that you're doing every day, your behavior and just who you are, you know what I mean? It's like that. It's just kind of, that speaks for itself. Your actions speak for themselves. So you working on yourself, I feel like, is going to be the biggest factor here in time and timing of this. So as you make changes in your own life and you make progress on your own healing journey, this person's going to be doing the same. And, you know, call it what you want to. Taylor Swift song's coming up in my head again. But no, for real, like, just call it what you want. It doesn't have to be a twin flame connection or whatever. It doesn't have to have a label for it to have an effect on this person. Again, even if it's not, it's just whatever you want to believe in, okay? So maybe you do have like a divine connection with this person and it's a spiritual thing, and like literally when you make changes, it happens in this person. Maybe so. Also, maybe like you're truly just an influence on them. You know what I mean? So take whatever you want there. I'm not trying to like push that onto anyone by any means. But yeah, this person, as they're watching you, again, they don't want to get left in the dust. We do have, I need you to validate me here. I just think, and you don't have to, and they don't need you to, but you being just like supportive, and I don't mean doing their healing work for them because you can't do that, but you just being there and being supportive and like, again, leading by example. Like these things are important to this person, and it's going to influence the timeline. What else do we have here? But yeah, it's basically, it's all about this person's free will and when they decide to cut this out. And you may know what that is. They definitely know what it is. I mean, we straight up got alcohol. So for a lot of you, it's going to be that. And then we got betrayal and broken heart. So for some of you, it's that also. It's a past relationship. I really kept picking up, you know, mother energy. So again, take whatever resonates. But yeah, it's not going to happen with the snap of someone's fingers. So it's all about patience. It's just all about patience. It's not something that can be rushed, but it is promising. It's kind of like if you're patient and you take your time and energy and effort and you place it into yourself and your healing, this is very promising because we do have 4 of Wands here too. It's like, it just can't be rushed. It came up under the 3 of Wands in reverse. It's like, it's going to take a minute. It's going to take a minute, but it's getting there. You know, it's like, progress is being made, but progress can also be stalled if you obsess too much on this person and this connection and kind of like abandon your own self and your own healing. Which again, looking back at that first initial kind of like check-in, if you were that mouse lizard person, which it seemed like you probably were, you may struggle with losing yourself and your connections and obsessing over the other person, and that's not going to help you in this situation, though. I know that's not fun to hear, but especially if you get enjoyment and entertainment out of it and it is your escapism, and I fully relate. But that's kind of the message here and the timing of this. That's the overall message. So I'm also getting, I mean, I don't know, I'm kind of picking up like summery kind of vibes here. And let's see, it's March right now, and with the 8 of Swords, I did think, you know, like 8 weeks maybe. That'd be a couple months. That'd be summery, because that's other, like with the rain here, we've got rain and we've got flowers, so it's not like late summer, it's more like spring summer, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. Those are 2 different seasons, I know. I guess like in between spring and summer, you know what I mean? Like, because yeah, it's about to be, because I'm posting this, you know, mid-March, and we're almost to spring. We're almost in spring, and so here in the U.S. at least, it's about to be rainy. About to be lots of rain because, you know, April showers brings May flowers, or whatever the saying is, and that's what we have here. We've got the rain and then the flowers, and so which is cute because again, that just like reiterates that just be patient and it will happen. You know, it's like you got to do the cultivating first and like let it sit and marinate and incubate, and then poof. Well, not poof, because it takes a while, but it's, yeah, so much about transformation here. And then we got the caterpillar. It's like there's just so much here about that, about waiting and patience and just letting the growth process take place, and a lot of that. But yeah, so April, May for sure could see that, and May that'd be like in a couple months, 8 weeks. So, but I don't think that's going to be for everyone, because yeah, bottom line again is about when this person's going to cut that out. So I'm going to leave that here. I talked a whole lot. Thank you so much for being here. for this video. If you liked it, please consider giving a thumbs up, subscribing. If you want to share your story in the comments, go right ahead. But most of all, thank you so much for being here, and I hope I'll see you again in the future. Hey, group 3. Okay, so this is your reading about how the person on your mind is feeling. And first, we're going to take a look at just like the dynamic between the two of you in this connection, what's been going on. It seems like maybe you haven't talked to this person for a little while. Yeah, we've got, let's see, where do I want to start? So this person over here, this first person, they're a little defensive right now. Yeah, they're a little closed off to the connection and to this other person. They've kind of like turned away from it. They're you know, their back is facing this connection and this other person. They've been hurt. I feel like they did put a lot of work and effort and time and just like passion into this connection at one time. Again, I feel like it's been a little while though for a lot of you. And they just kind of like, they got burnt out. They got burned and screwed over somehow, they feel, by this other person, and they've left, and I feel like they've been running away from this connection ever since. They've been trying to get away from this other person. Interestingly, this person's coming through with a lot of like masculine energy, but I don't know if they are like a divine masculine counterpart. I don't know, like, I don't know how to explain this. They might just be in a more masculine energy right now. Now, for some people, they may really truly be a more masculine energy at all times, and they may also not be like a heterosexual male. Like, this may be a more masculine energy in a female body. So kind of like some weird distinctions that I just wanted to point out there. But this person's coming through as a Scorpion in reverse too. Like, again, they're like kind of leading with their stinger at this point when dealing with this other person and this connection. So yeah, they're very much in a defensive energy. They feel as though when they were with this person, they were in this connection, that they just did so much. And I think they were willing to do just about anything and willing to sacrifice things that they wanted and needed. Like, I don't know if their wants and needs and desires were even taken into account when they were with this other person. And that's not to say that it's this other person's fault, because this Scorpion kind of just like gave it all up for this person. They were willing to change anything, to do anything in order to make this other person happy. One thing that they do remember about this connection is the laughter, the joy, the really childlike nature that was between the two. So that's something that when this Scorpion person does think of this connection, that's something that I feel like is unmatched between these two. Like, I don't think that they've found another person that they vibe with in the same way. They just haven't found that same sort of, I don't know, I just feel like there was so much laughter and so much fun. And probably a lot of like sexual chemistry also in this connection, but they're definitely focusing on the laughter part of that. I do think that they're with someone else. Actually, I think that both of these people are with someone else at this point, or they have been since a separation. Again, this is giving like separation energy. The Scorpion person, though, I think they are seeing someone else. They are seeing someone new, and they feel like this newer person, this other person that they're seeing, is better for them. Like, is better for them in a way of like, it just makes more sense, more logical sense. Like, we fit on paper. They may feel like this other person just treats them well. Again, I don't think that they have this same amount of like laughter that they have with this other person, but it's like they're more compatible. So there may have been there may have been a more intense chemistry between the Scorpion and this other person in this connection, but the new person that they're with, even if there's not as much chemistry, there's like more compatibility. They feel like, again, that maybe they have more respect. They're given more respect in this relationship, more appreciation, more acknowledgement, and just maybe their values match up with this person more, or their futures, their lifestyles. So that's kind of where the Scorpion person is at. Now, the other person over here, the Beaver person, I think, I keep wanting to say that this person is more likely a male, which is interesting, that because they may again be more in a feminine energy. So it makes me think that these two people, when they tried to be together, they were both off balance, where this person may have been more of a divine feminine, but living and like staying in a divine masculine kind of energy. And this person may be more of a divine masculine actually, but is living and staying in like a divine feminine energy. And so that kind of put things off balance, where this Scorpion person was never able to be in a feminine energy. They never were able to like rest and receive from this person, because they always felt like they had to lead the show, run the show, take charge, take control. Because I don't feel like this Beaver person was at a place in their life yet, or their own just development, where they were able to step up and take control and take the lead and be that provider, protector kind of energy, that more masculine energy. And the Scorpion energy, I think, is more of a nurturer, and caregiver, but they were taking that kind of head of household sort of energy, I feel like. But the Beaver's done a lot of growing, I think, since then. And I think they're stepping more into that leadership, that provider, protector energy, or that role. At least they want to. They may have kids. If they don't have kids, I feel like they want kids, and they're very family oriented. The Beaver is a lot about literally just like taking care of your family, taking care of your home. And we have family here also in one of our keyword cards. So I just think this person, they are very focused on family right now. This person, though, they have a tendency also to kind of like write narratives that may not be completely true, and feed them to not just other people, but also themselves. So we've got a little bit of a victim mentality here with this person, and I think they're aware of it. I don't think it's like a shocker. I want to say that a lot of you might resonate more with this Beaver person in this relationship, and that's totally okay. Like, we all kind of go into that victim mode at one point or another. That's something, though, that this Beaver person is realizing that maybe they do often, that may be kind of like a fallback, just like a mechanism that they use pretty often, and they're realizing it just doesn't work well. It doesn't really help them out any. I think they're trying to move past that. They're definitely in a state, again, of growth. We've got healing. We've got snake, which makes me think of, rebirth and change. Like, this Beaver person, I feel like if it's been a minute since these two have talked, this Beaver person's like changed a lot. Like, I feel like they've changed a lot, to where I almost want to say I don't even know if these two would recognize each other if they sat down and had a conversation, But this Scorpion remembers being hurt by them. Aside from just the laughter and the fun, they mostly remember being hurt. Again, they're very still defensive when it comes to this Beaver person. But the Beaver, I think that they have this belief that this Scorpion person is their twin flame. We do have twin flame here. If not, they believed that at one time. And I mean, I do kind of get the runner chaser sort of vibe here. I think that when these two were together, again, this Scorpion did a lot of chasing, a lot of forcing, a lot of trying to make things fit. They really chased the Beaver. And then once the Beaver hurt them or things went south, the Scorpion has ditched this connection, and now the Beaver is more, like wanting to chase after the Scorpion. The Scorpion's like, bye, see ya, I'm out, and they're the runner now. So I do kind of see that going on here. I don't know what the Beaver did, but they may have stepped out, or they may have just been with someone really quickly after a separation. I don't know, but we've got, where was that? Over here, it's, why are you with them? Why are you with them? And so I feel like the Beaver got with someone else first, maybe, or they may have gotten with someone who they knew that this person being with them would really hurt the Scorpion for some reason. So it's like whoever they got with, maybe it was an ex or someone they had a lot of history with, and they knew that would like really, really break what little trust they had left with the Scorpion. And I think that's exactly what it did, because the Scorpion just like doesn't trust the Beaver at all anymore, and they're trying to really just leave them in the past. The Beaver, though, they're still holding hope for this connection. They're still holding hope. They're still holding out. We've got please don't give up. I fucked up. You deserve better. We've got I blamed it all on you. I'm waiting for you. You broke my heart. And I think that they are really heartbroken right now. But I think that they're trying to see like where they were wrong in the situation. It's interesting the dynamic between these two because it's like we do have Dom sub here in the middle. And what's interesting, what I want to say is I feel like it switches a lot. This is a very switching, the energies between these two and this connection switch a lot. Like, again, I feel like this person took on more of a masculine role, even though they were maybe more of a feminine. And this person took on more of a feminine role, even though they were more of a masculine. And not all the time. I think there were times when this beaver person would step into the masculine energy and the scorpion would kind of rest in a feminine energy. But it was always like back and forth. Like it just switched so much. Which is really interesting. Like, it's not like one was the dominant one and one was a submissive one. It was like there was just so much changing between the two. They would go back and forth. They would just go back and forth, and I think it's because neither of these people were ready for this connection when it came into their life. They were kind of like, what the fuck is going on? This may have been like the most intense connection that either of these people have, ever dealt with, ever experienced before. I think it was definitely something very new to them. But the beaver person, again, they're wanting reconciliation here. They're wanting a rebirth in this connection. They're hoping that, while they're doing all this learning, growing, and healing and changing, that the scorpion isn't giving up on them completely. And I don't know, it's not looking too great over here for the scorpion. I almost think that if the beaver tried to approach them at all with any type of offer right now, that the scorpion would be like, are you kidding me? Like, are you joking? Because with that, you're so funny. It's like, I feel like they'd be like, yeah, that's cute. That's hilarious. That's, I can't even believe that you would think I would even, entertain this at all. That's kind of what I get here. And with I can't catch my breath, I just feel like these two have been through so much together in this connection. It has just worn them out. And I think this person, the scorpion, can't catch their breath because they're running so fast and so far away. Flock of seagulls, I ran so far away, just came to my mind. But like they're just running as fast as they can away from this connection. And the beaver, I think though, with them, I get more of that. They still have so much love that's like, they're not burying it. Whereas the scorpion's trying to put it to rest and forget about it. It's still fresh on the beaver's mind. So the beaver, looks at the scorpion or thinks of the scorpion and they're just like, oh my God, that's my person. Oh my God, they're perfect. And, I want them. Like there's still a lot of want, a lot of desire here for the scorpion person from the beaver. So what else do I need to say? So yeah, the beaver's real family oriented. They may have an issue with victim mentality. The scorpion may escape through food, through smoking weed. When it comes to food, they might like actually specifically love potatoes or just like carbs, which who doesn't, right? But with the twice baked card, I don't know, I was just thinking twice baked potatoes. It makes me think of either like potatoes or being really high, so they might like to get stoned, I don't know. With band here, they might be a creative person, an artist, yeah. But I think that's about all I have to say right now about this. So let's go ahead now and get further into whichever person you're asking about. So just take whichever role you felt was more you. If none of it made sense, then it didn't make sense. But we're going to look at now the other person, whoever you're asking about, and go deeper into how they are feeling about what's going on about you. Okay, a lot of songs keep coming up with this group, so I do wonder if one of you guys, if you or the person you're asking about either just like really loves music or they're an artist or something, I don't know. But when Father Figure popped out here, I thought of the George Michael song Father Figure, which great song. And then also over here with You're Just Like Them. And what else? It doesn't matter. There were some other cards here and it was making me think of the Halsey song. Like, if I keep my eyes closed, he feels just like you. I kind of get that too. So, but I just wanted to mention those before I forgot about them. Also, I wanted to mention the song that you got, Leg Day by Knox. I don't know if that was you or this person, but somebody in this connection, there was always a lot of jealousy, and there were some accusations made, I think, about like, well, you like that person, and you're talking to them behind my back, or you're, you know what I mean, like some cheater kind of energy. And I don't feel like it was true, like, because that's what that whole song is about. Is like she's accusing him of things, and he's like, I didn't even do that. Like, she's just got a lot of insecurities and jealousy issues, and she's kind of like taking it out on him and their connection. And he's like, what? He's like, I never cheated on you, I didn't even do that. But it's like they come up with these narratives in their head. So it's the beaver person, right? Because we said that's, yeah, that beaver person kind of writes those narratives and goes like super victim mode, like super quickly. And the scorpion person's like, what the heck? Like, I didn't even do that. Like, I didn't do anything. So take what resonates. I don't know, again, like whether you're the scorpion or the beaver, it might be different for all of you. But whoever the beaver person is, they may have kind of like blamed the scorpion person for doing shit like that when it just wasn't true. Like, that's not what was happening. But okay, moving on. Where this connection is now, again, I feel like both the beaver person and scorpion person are seeing other people. So I think that like they've been away from each other for a little while. This person is coming through now in their deeper feelings for you as the rabbit. So they're not just defensive, they're scared. They're scared of you, of the power that you've had over them and their emotions and what this connection could do to them. I think that it's taken them a lot to get as far away from you in this connection as they have. And they just are really afraid of backsliding and of messing that up. I'm just like seeing a mudslide in my mind. You know, it's like you open the door and it's just, I just feel like, yeah, once you open the floodgates, it's done. And that's kind of how they feel. And so they don't spend a lot of time in their feelings about you. Actually, their back is turned away from their feelings. They're more in their head about this. They try to stay very logical, very rational when it comes to you and this connection. So they really bury their emotions. They don't let themselves sit in their emotions because they don't want to get too nostalgic. They don't want to get to where they're like missing you or feeling reminiscent and feeling like, oh, well, maybe there's a chance. You know, they can't, they're terrified of that happening. So they're very on guard. They're having to try really hard to stay away from you and stay away from this connection. And they're really determined in doing that. With this new person that they're seeing, though, I do wonder if this newer connection that they're in or whatever's going on, if they kind of use that as escapism, if they kind of use that as like a healing mechanism. And I'm not saying whether that's good or bad, but I wouldn't think that's the healthiest of things. But you know what people say, to get over someone, get under another one, or whatever the saying is. That's kind of, I wonder if that's kind of going on here. And I don't even know if this person realizes that it's going on, because again, that's kind of showing up in their deeper, in their emotions and their feelings over here. When it comes to you, what they're telling themselves is they're saying that connection is a broken record. I've seen it play out a million times. Nothing's going to change. That person's not going to change. And there's no point in waiting around on them. There's no point in holding hope for them. There's no point in trying to trust them. I think they're relying a lot on whoever their inner circle is right now. Again, definitely a newer connection, and then also just like their friends, family, whoever's closest to them. If they're spiritual or religious, they're just focusing a lot on that right now. I do think that had an impact on this connection in one way or another. I don't know if you guys had different spiritual or religious beliefs, or if, again, maybe you just got really into spirituality or something together, because I did see that beaver kind of thinking that they were twin flames, and I felt like this was a big spiritual awakening for you guys, this connection was. So maybe you kind of went through some spiritual changes and some like awakenings together, and so they remember that, they think of that when they think of your connection. They kind of try to chalk it up to, it was an awakening for me. It was a spiritual lesson. It was a spiritual experience. I think they try to think of it in that way. They do still find you very attractive. They're not lying to themselves about that. I think that terrifies them too. They're like, I really hope I don't see group 3 in person, because I don't know if I can hold myself back, you know? Like, I think if you, sorry, I keep clearing my throat. I think they have a lot that they are holding back that they're not saying. But no, I think if they saw you, at a party or something or anywhere in public, I think they'd just leave instantly because they wouldn't want to be in the same room as you. They would just feel like so drawn to you still. And that really scares them because again, it's like that power that you hold over them. Not that you're asking to have that. It's just there is some power here that you have over this person and their emotions, and they know that. And so they're trying to be very smart about that and not make it any harder on themselves than they absolutely have to. So they do still think that you're wildly attractive. They're very attracted to you, but they try to not focus on that and instead focus on whatever you did to hurt them. So like if you, again, were with another person or something like that, they will remind themselves of that a lot. And I think that that really hurt them if you were with someone else, either right after or during or whatever. They think of that person a lot also, and they wonder like if you're with them, it literally makes them sick to their stomach to think about it. We got disgusted here. With cuddle, I think that sometimes they, that will kind of you'll creep into their mind like at night when they are laying in bed alone and they're wishing that they are cuddled up with someone, and you kind of like cross their mind. Also, if that resonated that they're with a newer person, which I feel like both of you kind of are, they think of you every now and then, like when they're when they're next to that person. Like if they're cuddling with that person, they kind of think about how it felt when they were cuddled up with you. Let me get a drink of this tea. Wow, okay. But yeah, they try to stay really in a mental space about this, because in their feelings over here, we do still have, this is not over yet. Like I think that they know, they just have this intuitive knowing. They just feel that you're going to come back, you're going to reach out, or something's going to happen here. They just know, they just feel like on a deeper spiritual level that like, it's just not over. This story between you two, for some reason, it's not over yet. Something else is going to happen here, and they know it, and they're so aware of it on a deeper level, and it just freaks them out. Like they just don't want to think about it too much. Because again, just the thought of seeing you, like they couldn't handle that right now, because they're trying really hard to stay strong and to like kill off that attraction towards you. They're trying to get rid of that, and that's not something that you can just cut off. Like it takes some time. So I don't know if there's much of an emotional attachment to you still. I feel like they've dealt with a lot of the emotional attachment. But I don't know if it's severed completely, and there is still some mental stuff. Like you're in their thoughts still. We also have, let's see, all that glitters isn't gold. I think that that's kind of for both of you. I think that they wonder if you're happy with whoever you're with now or whatever you're doing now. And if you're not with anyone, they kind of think that you are. They assume that you probably are. And they just wonder if that person's making you happy and if you still think of them. We've also got I knew it. We've got leave them. We've got I'm jealous. We have do you see me? And I think that they do wonder if you're watching them. And they may be watching you. I don't think that they'd be doing a lot of that because, again, I feel like they're trying really hard to make this easier on themselves. And so I don't think that they would be, like, checking your socials and stuff all the time and wanting to see pictures of you because, again, like, they don't really want to have to see you because that would that's a weak point for them. That's, like, their Achilles heel, like, they don't want to expose their weakness. So I don't know if they're doing a lot of looking at you, but they do wonder if you're looking at them. They wonder if you're watching them online, how much you're thinking about them, what your next move is going to be. Like they're wondering a lot about that. Again, they do think you're with someone else, and on a deeper level, like again, they're not like sitting in this. They don't want to feel it too much, but it does make them jealous. They do get like, honestly, I feel like just sick if they were to really sit and think about it. It's just like would honestly just make them kind of nauseous to just think about you with someone else. And I feel like there's a specific person for some reason. It's like someone maybe you had history with or something, and that's why it hurt them so much. So that may not be for everyone, but yeah, with leave them here, I feel like in their deeper emotions and their hidden feelings here, it's like they do kind of imagine in this perfect world you like coming to this realization that they're the person for you, leaving this other person behind and running back to them, like just like a romantic prince, you know, like, I'm so sorry I messed up, and like, I want to be with you forever, and we're going to have our happily ever after now. I think that they do kind of imagine that still. That still is, it's in there. What we do have, I'm scared. Do you love me? And you're just like them. And so I think that when they were hurt by you, and once this ended, and once they walked away, ran away, whatever, I think that they felt like, wow, I trusted this person. I thought they were different. I thought this connection was different. And it turned out to be just like all of the other people in my past that hurt me. They turned out to be just like, especially if they had like a parent who hurt them when they were younger, if they had like any kind of abandonment wounds or anything. I think they just really went to this place of like, well, pile 3 abandoned me too. Pile 3, you know, broke my trust too. Pile 3 lied to me too. Like, I thought that they loved me. I thought that they valued me, and they didn't. Like, they, you know, it really hurt them. Like, it really truly hurt them very deeply, whatever happened here. And with Do You Love Me, I think that they still wonder that. I think they kind of, that bothers them. That bothers them because they wonder, did they ever actually love me? Like, was that all a lie? Was that, like, what was that, you know? But, again, they don't spend a whole lot of time in this because that would just make things harder for them. So, again, they've got their back completely turned to all these emotions, and they're focused on these thoughts over here. So, let's get into now, like, what their next moves are, like what their intentions are, what they would want to see happen in this connection, whether they're going to reach out to you or continue to walk away, or, yeah, let's just see what the future holds for this connection. Okay, so this person's next actions, their intentions here, next moves towards you, they actually do want reconciliation. They do. I think whatever they're going through right now, they are working through some karma, and I think that they were the karmic partner also. So especially if that twin flame kind of thing resonated with you, and you're wondering if this person is with someone else, then I would say yes, they are in a karmic connection, and that's something that they're going to have to navigate through. But as they're doing all this, as they're working through this, and they're in this other connection or whatever's going on, it actually is bringing them closer to you. Because this is, as they're going through this, they are going to be doing a lot of healing, a lot of transforming. They're showing up here as the butterfly. So they're about to be going through some massive transformation. I think that they're going to be starting to see patterns within themselves, like, that come out in their connections, because we have promote, fantasy, and energy vampire here all together right here. And I think that they're going to be seeing where they may, you know, romanticize things that are not healthy, and may accept less than what they deserve. They're learning a lot about how to release control and how to step into that feminine energy. Again, I just kept getting that swapping back and forth between masculine and feminine energy for both people in this connection. And so I think right now, this person, I did get a lot of that, like, divine feminine energy, but they're not in it. They haven't been in that divine feminine energy. They would kind of step into it for a minute, but they've not fully just like embraced that and learned how to live there, how to live in that. So that's kind of what they're going through right now. They are kind of blossoming and growing into this divine feminine. Like, they're learning how to embrace that. So yeah, they're learning a lot about their worth right now. But with Page of Wands over here and Two of Cups, it's like, I do feel like there is a chance that this person might say something to you, might communicate with you. I think it would be online, over the phone, and it would be trying to make amends in one way or another. Yeah, they want harmony here between the two of you. They don't want disagreement. They don't want, but I think that I think it's going to be a little while. They've got some things going on right now at the moment. I don't know. We'll look in a second and see, like, the timeline of things, but I think it's going to be a minute. But that is what they want. And so in terms of their next moves concerning this connection, that is in their next moves, but, like, when will that be, you know? They're working on acceptance. They're working on learning how to accept things and forgive. This person may have struggled with holding grudges in the past and holding on to resentment, especially if if they do a lot of sacrificing in their connections and they kind of just like betray themselves and give themselves up and become whatever other people want them to be. It's like they're holding resentment on a deeper hidden level because they're not truly happy with what they're doing and how they're presenting themselves, how they're living. But they're doing it for other people, and so that causes like a buildup of resentment. So they're learning how to let go of that, how to just be okay with truly being themselves and say no and embracing boundaries. They're definitely not going to let go of this connection. And again, I think it might be a while before they reach out, because what's going to bring them there is working through this other karma, and going through this growth process. And as they become closer to embracing that divine feminine energy, that's bringing them closer to you and to this connection. It's going to kind of like bring you back together. I don't know how long, like how much time is going to go by, but it's like they're going to realize one day, like, wow, this person is still on my mind. Why is pile 3 still on my mind? Why are they still in my heart? It's been so long. And I think that after that realization kind of hits, they're going to be like, wow, I should be over this by now, right? You know, like that should be dead and gone. That should be over with and buried. And so why am I still there? Why am I still drawn to that? Why am I still thinking about that person? Why do I still have feelings? Why do I feel as though there's just this unrest within me because things aren't resolved? You know, it's, again, they're just going to want, at the very least, to reconcile and to know that there are no hard feelings, and for you to know that there are no hard feelings from them. It's like they just are going to want this peace, and that's going to bring them back to you. It's going to really be weighing on them heavily once this realization hits, where it's like, oh my gosh, it's been so long. Why has my heart not healed from this person? Why, like, you know, why is there still this want, this desire for them? And I think that's when they're going to reach out. We've got, they just aren't you. I love you, so I'm letting you go. I fucking miss you. And it takes 2 to tango. So, again, whoever they're with right now, whatever karmic partner they're with, whatever they're working through at the moment, they're realizing that they're not able to find you in any other connection. They're not able to find what they had with you. And it's almost like the longer they go without it, the more they appreciate it, because they're trying really hard to build themselves back up, to move on, to transcend. And they are going to be doing these things. They are going to be building themselves up and transcending. And so once they get to this higher level and they feel like, wow, I'm like a brand new person and I'm so proud of where I've gotten and where I am, and the fact that they're all the way up here now and they're still thinking of you, that's kind of what, you know what I mean? That's kind of what's going to cause this realization, this like epiphany of, oh my God, like, is there something else here? Like, is that story really not over? Like, I wonder what that person's up to. I wonder if they've transformed like I have too. Like, there's just going to be this need to know. There's just like hunger of, I've got to know, I've got to find out, you know? So let's look at a timeline now and see like if you guys are going to reconcile, maybe when that will happen. Okay, so when we're looking at when and how reconciliation, you know, will take place between you guys, I'm seeing again that it would be something online, or like over the phone. Definitely, it doesn't look like it would be in person. It seems like it would start out kind of like friendly, like kind of just like sliding into someone's DMs, like, hey, how are you? How have you been? You know what I mean? Like, or like replying to someone's story, like, I don't know, which seems kind of weird since this connection was so intense, but I think that so much time will have passed, because I'm also getting a year popped up a couple times. So I would say about a year from maybe the time that you first separated, not like a year from the time you're watching this. You know what I mean? Like about a year for this cycle to close out. And it may take longer than a year for some of these people, but again, they're closing out some sort of karmic cycle, and you may be as well. You may be working on your own stuff at the same time, because right now I do think that they're with someone, and this is going to happen when they're single, and I'm not getting the sense that like they're super single right now. And that's not to say that they're like in a solid commitment either, but they may be like seeing someone. It definitely seemed like they were. So I would say this is going to be once they've gone through a separation with whoever they're with right now, who again seemed like a karmic partner. The movie The Little Mermaid's coming up here, and I don't know if that's because like there's something with Ursula. I don't know. I haven't seen that movie in forever, and like I just keep seeing that though here, stuff about The Little Mermaid. I know that movie's coming out soon too, like the new one. So maybe I don't know when that is, probably in the spring, or I don't know. So maybe around that time, that would be like an important time or something. Um, I'm also seeing the number 9 here, so that could be like 9 weeks, 9 months, which is, close to a year, or it could be the ninth month, which would be August, also October, so maybe like the end of August, early October. Definitely like seeing that time of year. Um, let's see, what else do we have here? It's gonna be, I think they're gonna be really nervous to reach out to you. I think that when you guys do start talking, there's gonna be a lot of anxiety here. It's gonna kind of feel like feelings that you have when you because they've got addiction here. I don't know how I want to explain this. It's like um, being like not smoking a cigarette for a really long time and then smoking a cigarette and you get like a head rush. You know what I mean? Like a nicotine high. It's going to be kind of like that. And there's just going to be a lot of anxiety around this. Um, yeah. And then let's see, what else do I want to point out here? I feel like there's going to be some changes that have just gone on, either in your life or theirs, or both, like some financial changes. Maybe someone moved houses, someone graduated, like something like that. And so that may be why they reach out, like to say congratulations or ask how something went. If you have kids or they have kids or something, it could be talking about your kids, or because we got family here, the Three of Cups, so maybe not just kids, but like your family in general. But I'm getting like a lighthearted energy with it, So it's like it's gonna be like a joke or like a very, very light, like how have you been, or how is your sister, your kids, or I saw that so and so did this. That's awesome. Congratulations. I saw that you did this. I don't know. They might ask you a question because we've got, will you help me? And would you be interested? Shoot, they may ask you to go watch The Little Mermaid. That's kind of random, but let's see. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of what I'm getting here on the timeline. So I'd say like 9 months to a year. August seemed to be standing out. And then, if it would be sooner for some of you, you could take it as like 9 weeks or 9 days. I don't know, but the bottom line is it's going to be once this person comes to this realization um, that they're like not over you, and they're going to be like, what the heck, it's been a whole year, why am I thinking about this person, you know what I mean? And it's like after that much time has passed, it's not going to be too tense or like too weird um, to reach out and say something lighthearted. But now, once that starts, I think that there will be some apologies. There will be some, wow, I've really missed you. I'm so happy to know you're doing well. And like, I can kind of go different places from there. But it's going to be a good energy when this starts, when it comes in, very lighthearted and just very like genuinely compassionate, genuinely like curious about how you're doing, how you've been, you know what I mean? Um, yeah, and I guess that's kind of what I got here. So I hope that was helpful. If you like the video, please consider subscribing and hitting the thumbs up button. Leave a comment if you feel like sharing your story. But good luck with the situation, and I hope I'll see you again in another video. Okay, group 4, if you chose the fluorite, this is your reading. We're going to first take a look at what's going on in this connection as a whole, like what is the dynamic between the two of you. So funny, in every other reading I've started like with this person and gone to that person and then the connection, but I actually want to start with the connection as a whole, so we're going to do that. This connection's really special to both of you. That's the one thing that you both know, you both feel, that you've found someone who you feel like understands you, like on all the levels. You've got something really good going on here. I think there's a lot of fun, a lot of inspiration and creativity. There's just something really sweet about this connection, and really, I keep wanting to say like angelic, like very, I feel like you both feel like so grateful for one another. Like I'm so appreciative for this connection and for this person. I'm so happy that they came into my life when they did. I don't know what you guys went through before you came into each other's lives, but it's like when this person came in and when you came into their life, it was like a breath of fresh air, you know, and it just felt really good. And I think it has felt really good since then. For the most part, it's just been really refreshing, like a lot of just nice, clean, refreshing energy here. Like when you splash some cold water on your face after, you know, like if you're really stressed out or I don't know, it's like they've kind of woken you up out of a slumber or brought some zest back into your life, some excitement, some dreaminess too, like wow, all of the things that could be, you know. It's like I think that you've sparked that in one another too, like just again a lot of inspiration. But I do think that while there is this chemistry and these feelings and this intuitive just knowing that this is really special to both of you, I think the issue here is like maybe compatibility, and you wonder, do we fit into each other's lives, you know? Because one of you, I think, is a little afraid of settling down, not sure if they ever want to settle down, while the other one, you know, needs that stability and needs that security. And that's kind of where you two maybe differ. So you guys both see something really special in each other and in this connection, and you almost wonder, is it too good to be true with Are You Real here? And would you be interested? I think that's both of you. I think that you're both like, would you be interested in my lifestyle? Would you be interested in being with someone like me and trying to build with me? Because I don't know if you both, I don't know what all you've talked about here, but I think that the concern is like, do we want to build the same things? Do we want to go the same places? Like, there's really a lack of direction here, a lack of clarity in this connection. So now we'll kind of get into each person and see what's going on. So this first person over here, this is the person who really values stability and security in a connection and just in their life in general. They may be an earth sign. They don't have to be though. They just really value security. They may have more of an anxious attachment style or something. They may have just been through a lot in their relationships. Maybe their home life growing up wasn't super stable, and so they like really value that, you know, in their own life. Like they want to have a stable family and home. I think that this person, if they don't already have kids, I think they think about children. And this person, for some of you, they may be pregnant. They may be pregnant right now, but I think that this person, they value like children and family and like really conventional, traditional relationships, like a marriage, you know. Like I think that they want a marriage and a home and to just work together with a partner and a team and just have like that kind of team as a family, you know what I mean? Like a lot of fun and laughter together and adventures as a family, as a group. Like they want to build like a little empire. Yeah, and I think that that's this person's dream. I do think that they struggle with depression. They probably are a very deeply emotional person. I think they feel things on a very deep level. There's a lot of spirituality here. And I think that they've brought more spirituality into this connection. This is more of a naturally just spiritually connected person. Like they're just very into spiritual things, esoteric things. And I think that once they came into this connection with this other person, that's something that they kind of brought forth into the connection. And so they may have like actually elevated this person's awareness or consciousness in one way or another. Just things that they like to talk about or do. And just being around this person, like this person has a very, I mean, we've got the golden egg here. I think they have a very golden energy, golden aura almost, you know. Definitely a very special person. Like, yeah, they're just kind of like magical, you know. I think they light up a room when they walk into it. But again, they do, because they are so deeply spiritual and emotional, sometimes they get deep into some darker emotions and they feel things very deeply. So they might struggle with depression at times, especially in the winter. We do have in the winter here. Also, I think that the winter time is significant for this connection for this person for some reason. So maybe you guys started talking in the winter time, you met this person then, something happened in the winter. We also have 6 months. And so I think that this person is looking 6 months ahead, or they're wondering where things are going to be in this connection in 6 months, because this person, again, they value stability and security, and they're ready to take this connection to the next level, whatever that means. They want commitment. They want a higher level of commitment. And it's kind of like driving them crazy to not know where things are headed. And they want to bring this up. I don't know if they will, but they want to. They think about it. They want to have these conversations. And I don't know if 6 months is like, once you reach the 6-month point with this person, they would want to bring that up. Or if this person's you, at the 6-month point, maybe that's when you're like, okay, it's been 6 months. Like, I need to know where things are going. I don't know, but 6 months is here. We've got talk to me and don't look at me like that. It's like, I think that they wonder a lot when the other person's looking at them like, why aren't they just saying it? I think they feel a lot of love from this other person, and they feel things like they're very intuitive, very spiritual, and emotional. And I think that they are like wondering why this other person isn't speaking up, because they feel like they feel love coming from this person, but they're like, why aren't you saying it? Just say it. Like, I see it in your eyes. I see it. I feel it when we touch, or when you're close to me. Like, I feel it. So why don't you just say it? So now moving over to this person. This person has a lot of fire energy, and so they may be a fire sign, don't have to be. Again, it's just, while this person values kind of those earthly, that grounded nature, this person values adventure and passion and drive. And I think that they're very driven in the workplace. Like, they probably really love their job. They really want to work up in their job and make a lot of money. Like, they value money. And again, they just really value adventure. There's just so much fire energy here, so much movement, action. We've got unconventional and trip. Like, I think that they do like to travel a lot. I think that maybe they're not sure if they want the same sort of traditional type of relationship that this golden egg person wants. And I'm not saying that they don't, but I also don't know that they do. And I think they wonder the same thing. They wonder, could I be happy like that? Could I be happy if I planted roots with this person? Would I feel trapped? This is something that this person worries about. They definitely don't want to feel trapped. They can't. They cannot be trapped. They would not be happy. They literally crave adventure. They crave travel. Like, they need to go on trips. They need to travel. They need to spend a lot of time at work. What this person values, though, is the emotional support that is in this connection. I don't know if they've ever felt such deep love as like the love that they receive from the golden egg person. I think they're kind of like, wow, like they're blown away. Obviously, they're blown away enough to actually be considering a connection with this person. But it's like they're split. Part of them is like, I think I could be happy doing that. I think I could be happy settling down and starting something, building something with this golden egg person. And the other part of them is like, I don't know though. I'm antsy. I got to get out of here. I got to move. I got to go. And there's just those two parts of themselves. This person could be a male or identify as masculine. We do have male over here to describe them, but just take whatever resonates. Doesn't have to be. But yeah, this person, I think that they value, again, the emotional support and the connection that they have with this person. They feel very seen and understood by the golden egg person, and they want to do that for them as well. But they kind of wonder how much they can actually give. They don't want to promise more than what they can actually serve, what they can actually offer. And I don't know if they are certain about what they can offer the golden egg person. They definitely don't want to hurt them. Both of these people in this connection care about each other deeply. Nobody wants to hurt anybody here. It's just really a lack of direction and a lack of certainty in where things are going, and if things are going to match up and line up at all. It's like, do we align? Do our lifestyles align? Are we going to be able to make this work or not? So let's go deeper now and get into, I don't know which one, you resonated most with, but we're going to look at who the person is you're asking about, whether they're this person or that person, and how they're feeling. Get a little deeper into like what they think and what they feel about you and about this connection. Okay, so it does seem like the person you're asking about is more of that cheetah tarantula person with all the fire energy, because we have another fire card here and another card about work and drive and action. So, but take whatever resonates, but I did want to point that out. So this person, they are thinking they are thinking about changing things up. They're thinking about what it would take to make this work. We do have Marry Me down here, and I think that they are trying to figure out if they could take things to a higher level of commitment with you. This makes me think of communication. This crystal right here does, and so I think that they're wanting to communicate with you from the heart. They're wanting to open up to you more emotionally. This connection's bringing up a lot, though. A lot of like childhood wounds. We're getting some stuff here about their dad. So I don't feel like they have the healthiest relationship with their father, or they didn't growing up. Their parents may have gone through a divorce, and that may make them a little wary of marriage in general, and just of relationships. Even if the divorce isn't, even if that doesn't resonate, I do think that they worry about things not working out. There is a fear of failure here, bottom line, a fear of failure in their romantic relationships, a fear of failure in their job. I think that they put a lot of their worth into their accomplishments. And so there's just this like, I cannot fail. Like, I cannot fail. I have to succeed. And I think that comes from their dad. So it's like, and if they don't, if they didn't have a dad, then take whatever resonates. We got father figure. It could be any mentor, a masculine energy around them growing up who really instilled this belief in them that like you are nothing without money and without, financial success and something to show for your accomplishments. And that's our society in America anyway. Like if this person, again, it definitely seems like they're more that cheetah tarantula person. We did get male that came out there too. So it's like if they fit that sort of like gender role, that prototype right there, that's men in America. They are raised to think that they have to excel sexually and financially. You know what I mean? Like those are the two things. If they don't feel like they are succeeding in one or two of those areas right there, they're going to feel unfulfilled. They're going to feel inadequate. They're going to have, even some like emotional issues because it's just going to put them off balance. That's like part of their identity. They feel, is their wealth, their accomplishments, and their sexuality as a man, like having that, just that masculinity. And so I think that their dad really instilled that in them, or some other male figure around them, or just society, if they are, if they do fit into that category of male. But you kind of make them second guess these things, like, the fear that they have around relationships and around marriage and traditional home life and family life. Like there is fear around that. There is fear around being trapped and around not having the fun and adventure and excitement that they want. And you're kind of easing that. Like with you, they're thinking, well, maybe it isn't so bad. Maybe that wouldn't be so bad. Maybe I could be happy with that. Maybe I could be happy having like a steady, stable, just home and job and like family, and just knowing that I have pile 4 to come home to every day. Maybe it's not so much about material items and being so free that I can just uproot and move whenever I want. Maybe I kind of like the idea of planting my roots and of growing and flourishing, with a partner, with a person, and doing life with someone. So they're really rethinking this independence. And again, they're kind of looking at, I think, where that comes from. And it's coming from their childhood, it seems. And this just like fear of failure and these beliefs around like, I have to work and I have to depend on no one but myself. And I can't ever stop. With the fire ant card here being in reverse, it's like I'm feeling that they are maybe even a little burned out right now. Like as you're listening to this reading, like I think that they overwork themselves a lot. I don't think that they're comfortable with resting, with taking a pause. And that's something that they get in this connection with you. They feel like, wow, I don't have to prove myself to pile 4. And pile 4 doesn't seem to care like how much money I make and like what kind of car I drive and what kind of clothes I wear and like what, like they just don't seem to care about those things. They seem to really just genuinely appreciate my company and my thoughts and my feelings. And it's like, again, it's like I just get this sense that they've never felt that kind of love. I don't think they had that sort of love in their home growing up. And I'm not saying that their childhood like absolutely sucked, but I don't think there was a really strong emotional connection. Like I don't think that their emotional bonds were like what they're feeling with you. I don't think they've ever had so much just like freedom to be who they are, and just like feeling accepted in that, and feeling proud of who they are, and just loved for literally just who they are at the core and not for their accomplishments or what they can provide. I don't think they've ever felt that before with anyone but you. So with I remember, again, it's making me think that you're sparking this kind of like shadow work almost. And I don't know if they're doing it consciously or unconsciously, but I just think that you are triggering these things in them because they're having to rethink things now. They're having to rethink a lot because now they're wondering if maybe they do want to settle down. Maybe they do want a more kind of conservative, traditional home life. Maybe they do want marriage. This person may have thought that they'd be okay with never getting married, never having, kids, never having a home, like staying in one place. I could see this person being like that. Like, I'm just always going to travel and kind of like backpack and do my thing and never plant roots anywhere. I'm just going to be a gypsy soul, Like, that may have been this person's kind of like what they wanted out of life. And now with you, they're just rethinking it. And they're like, I don't know. Maybe that's not so bad. Maybe children aren't so bad. Maybe marriage isn't so bad. Maybe, I don't know. I just think that they're trying to see if you fit into their life and if they fit into yours. And they're really interested in figuring that out. They're very driven to possibly make some changes if they need to. I want to say, like, God, I can't even look at you. And I think that they just like are starstruck by you. Like, honestly, I think that they're unsettled by the emotions that you bring up in them, like this love. They're like, what is this? I didn't ask for this. I'm not trying to fall in love with pile 4. What's going on? I'm growing, and I definitely think that they are. And I think that, again, you've like triggered a lot of that. So whether or not this, connection is going to stand the test of time or where this goes, whatever, I think that you guys do have kind of like a soulmate kind of bond, and it seems like you came into their life when they needed you most and when you were supposed to. We've got them contacting you soon, and I don't feel like you guys are like not in contact. For some of you, maybe you haven't been talking, but for a lot of you, I think that they're going to be contacting you specifically about this. I think they're saying, I want to talk to you about this. I want to talk to you about what's going on here. I want to talk to you about where things are going, what you want out of life and what I want out of life. And let's see like if our values can match up. Let's see if our futures could align. Let's talk about this. We've got, I'm not over it. Again, I think that that's stuff like with their dad, with their home life as a child. I think that they're realizing that there are some things that they need to work through that maybe they never thought they needed to before. But now they're getting closer to you, and they can't get closer until they work through these things. It's like a barrier around their heart and their ability to be open and show up and be present in an intimate, like romantic connection right now. We've got I manifested you. I literally think that they think you're just like perfect. Like they just think like, what is happening? Who is pile 4? Like, what's going on? Like, this is my perfect person. Obviously, enough so for them to rethink their entire life. I mean, that's huge. We're talking about literally rethinking their value system and what they want out of life. That's like massive. And you are kind of causing this in them. I mean, it's just like, it's kind of tumultuous inside them right now, like internally they're like, what is going on? What do I do? I think they might be freaking out a little bit. And we've got We Ran Out of Time next to Marry Me. And I think that they're really feeling the time crunch. And I don't know if you've said anything to them about this or if they're just feeling it. But I don't know how long you guys have been together. But it's definitely giving like heavy situationship energy here. And if not, maybe you've just been in a steady relationship for a long time and they know that you want like marriage or you want something more. But they're really feeling that. They're feeling that they may be running out of time and they don't want to lose you. They don't want to lose this opportunity. So they're honestly stressing themselves out thinking about this and trying to come to a conclusion, trying to figure out, whether or not you guys can make this work and whether or not they can change and be that stable, secure person that you're looking for. Because I think that they want to be. So, yeah, let's look at now a timeline of maybe when they're going to bring this up and when you guys are going to talk about this, because it seems like they're wanting to have this conversation. So yeah, let's see what the future holds for you guys and what's going to be happening next. Okay, this is like super clear, super straightforward. This person's next actions in this connection are to do basically, I think, what you were wanting, if especially if you were coming through as that, if you were that golden egg person, they want commitment. And that's, I mean, that's what they're planning here. We've got literally the keyword cards that came out, and there's like a million. We've got yes, good intentions, nurture, and commitment. Like straight up. There you go. Yeah, this person, though, I think that they may be worried. I don't know if you have children or if you've made it clear that you want children. They worry about being a parent. They worry about whether or not they're ready to take on the role of being like a parent for some reason. I don't know. Some of them, they have some sort of like addiction or something that they battle with the devil showing up here. But you have like inspired them and motivated them to change this, to work on this. And with the Knight of Cups showing up, it's like literally, it's like motivated by love. Like it's like in the name of love, is what they want to better themselves because of you. Yeah, but they are kind of waiting. They're kind of like waiting and seeing, like, I don't know, they're just trying to feel things out. They don't want to bring this up too soon. They're kind of like watching you and just seeing how you're acting and trying to get a read on how you're feeling, because they are a little insecure about bringing this up. They're just insecure in general, just about, again, being a good enough partner, or like being the person that they think that you're looking for. And they want to be like a stable, healthy, solid person for you so that you can build a stable, healthy, solid foundation together. So they're just kind of like waiting for the right time, because we've got two different water energy cards up here. One in reverse, one upright. They're just like, weighing things out, just sort of watching, waiting in the weeds, basically, I want to say. But yeah, that is in their intentions here. They want to come forward. We've got Page of Cups too, and we've got Knight of Cups, Page of Cups. Yeah, like they don't want to lose you. They don't want to lose this opportunity. So they are going to come forward and say something. They're either going to just tell you how they feel and like express deeper emotions than what they already have. But with commitment literally coming up here too, I think it's not going to just be how they feel. I think that they're going to ask, I don't know, to like be exclusive, to be in a relationship, to whatever it is for you, whatever that means for you, because it's a general reading. So it's going to be, different for different people. But yeah, they're definitely coming forward with some sort of offer for you. Most definitely. I don't know if you're an earth sign again, like you kind of keep coming up as an earth sign here, but we've got Taurus that showed up. We also have Capricorn over here with the devil, but, what is the High Priestess? I don't even know. I should know that. But with Queen of Pentacles here too, that's kind of what made me say the earth sign thing, because we've got that a couple times. And a lot of water energy though is in their actions. Again, like they're gonna be expressing some feelings, and they're wanting to see some shifts in this connection. They're wanting to see progress, forward movement, action. They're ready to like shed this old version of themselves and all these old stories and old beliefs that they've told themselves. They're ready to get rid of that and to write a new story with you, because yeah, it's like, I don't know what it is that they're battling or going through, whatever they need to cut off or cut out of their life, but there's something here that they feel like they can't bring with them into a relationship with you. And for some of you, it may truly just be their belief system that, like kind of obsession with like money, or having to continue climbing up this ladder to like prove their self-worth. Like they're kind of rewriting all these old stories. And again, like whatever they saw growing up and their parents' romantic connection, they're kind of like reevaluating that, I think, trying to figure out what they picked up from their home life and their childhood that they're bringing into this connection that wouldn't be good. They're doing a lot of like reevaluating and stuff, making sure that their belief systems are going to be serving you in this connection and them, which is awesome. That's awesome. I love that. It's like, I don't know if they would have done that otherwise, because I think they had kind of just settled on um, being single and being okay with being single, or at least being maybe like in an open sort of relationship, or just like a very, very, free. Like they didn't want to be tied down, I'm getting. And so now they're changing all that. And so they're having to figure out like how to do that. Some of the messages over here too, we've got, your talent blows me away. And I instantly thought, like, I don't know, I gotta say this, but they came out with the devil and stuff too. Like, there is some sexual energy here with this person, and I think they're very sexually attracted to you. And if you guys do be doing things like that, that's kind of what I got with your talent blows me away. And it just kind of cracked me up. So I had to say that. They are very impressed with you in the bedroom, and they really like it. And I think that they're pretty stoked about having that forever. I think that they're like kind of like, yeah, I'd be cool with pile 4 being my lifelong partner, because that we're set in that area. It's like they enjoy that. They feel like you've got a good connection there. But honestly, I gotta say, they feel like you connect everywhere. They feel like you really check all the boxes for them. So it's not just sexually, it's like intellectually. Like, I feel like you bring a lot of creativity out of them too. You guys have a lot of fun together. I think, like, get each other's sense of humor. It's just kind of like everything. It was that compatibility that they didn't know whether or not that was going to work, but obviously it looks like it is. We've also got We Are the Same, and we've got You Are a Dream Come True, and I Want to Reach Out to You. So, like, straight up, they are coming forward with this conversation, with this offer of commitment. And it's basically all good vibes here. Like, I really love this for you. Like, I was really excited about this when this came out. So now I want to get more specifics on, like, the timeline of this. So let's see when this is going to happen for you. Okay, so in terms of when this is going to happen, definitely Taurus season is coming up, which actually isn't that far away when I'm posting this video, because it's like mid-March right now. So definitely Taurus season, April, May, specifically May for sure, because we've got 5 showing up here more than once. So I was thinking that the 5th month. It could be about a month, which, funny enough, that kind of still lands, like I said, kind of lands there in Taurus season in about a month. So definitely that, like, it's coming through strong. So I would say for sure, like, in about a month. Most definitely Taurus season. I'm getting that, like, very strongly. Also, you guys could, like, go on a trip together, or separately even, but, like, if somebody goes somewhere and comes back, I feel like it could be, like, right after a trip, or if you go together, maybe during your trip, because we do have Take Me There too. Also, another thing, somebody's ex or something's going to reach out, and I don't know if it's you or them. I would get more so that it's you. No, maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it is them. I guess it doesn't really matter, but, like, somebody that's, like, literally blocked, like, cut out of your life or their life, so, like, definitely ex or something, is gonna try to, like, come back in and say something. This is so weird. Yeah, somebody's ex is gonna come back in, and it's gonna make your person, so I guess I think it's your ex, but it could be theirs, because they just aren't you. So it could be their ex or something reaching out, and they're just like, ugh, like, it almost strengthens their attraction to you and their appreciation for you, because they're like, I'm so glad I'm not with that person anymore. Or more so, what I'm getting though is, like, your ex is going to reach out to you, and it would be like someone that you've literally cut out, someone that's blocked or something. Don't know what they would say or what they would do, but it's like they would try to return in one way or another. And it's going to make this person, like, mad. They're going to be like, what? And they're going to be like, I need to solidify this relationship. I need to lock down pile 4, because their exes are out here acting crazy, coming back whenever they want. Like, everybody wants pile 4, and I'm just like, I'm not here for that. Like, I need to know. I need to cuff this person, like, right now. That's kind of what I'm getting. And so it may not be an ex, but I thought that with the blocked, and then we've got 6 of Cups with 5 of Pentacles, made me think like someone from the past, returning. So take whatever resonates there, but yeah, I did pick that up. It's like something's going to make your person kind of jealous, I guess, but not like crazy jealous. It's just more so like, you know what, like, I don't want to have to worry about other people. I don't want to have to worry about this. I want to know that, like, pile 4 is mine and I'm theirs, and I just want I want that. I want that security, and I want, you know, I want other people to know. It's like they're going to want other people to know, like, pile 4 is taken. Pile 4 is mine. They're taken, and you can't come for them. Whether you're a new person or an old person, they're taken. They are spoken for already. So, you know, if you like it, you should put a ring on it. They want to put a ring on it, most definitely. Um, let's see. In terms of time, that's pretty much what I picked up. So it could be those events kind of taking place, someone returning, you guys going on a trip, but most definitely picking up Taurus season, or if the number 5 has some other type of significance for you. So it could be different for some of you. It could be more like, still, like if it were to be 5 weeks, that still lands on like the month mark. So it's just like coming through very strong, like in about a month. So yeah, let me know. I'd like to know if that ends up being true. Come back and let me know in the comments or something. But yeah, I hope this resonated for you, because this seems like a pretty positive message. It seems like pretty good vibes here with this person. I don't think they're gonna push anything with the turtle over here, but until they feel like they really need to. Again, because we got in their actions and their intentions, you know, we're to kind of watch and wait and to kind of do it when it feels right. And so they are going to do that. Like, they're still going to try to do it when it feels right, but they may not be expecting to do it so soon. You know what I mean? It just may be like all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, it's time. Oh my God, it's time. Like, I have to say it. It's now. I feel it, and it's happening, you know? So yeah, if you feel like it, subscribe to my channel and like the video so that I know you want to see more videos like this. But thank you so much for being here. Good luck with this situation here, and I hope I'll see you again in the future.